Ever scroll through channels and wonder, like, who actually decides what ends up on TV?
Right.
Well,
Yeah.
today's deep dive is all about that.
Um,
It's about demystifying the role of a broadcasting program director.
okay.
We've got a stack of resources from RoleCatcher, which
Okay.
is this career platform that's kind of like having a backstage pass to the industry.
Yeah, it's interesting how much goes on
Right.
behind the scenes of the content we consume every day.
Yeah.
We often think of broadcasting as glamorous and creative, but
Yeah.
these materials really highlight the strategic thinking and business acumen required,
Yeah.
especially in this role.
It's not just about having good taste in TV shows, huh?
No.
One thing that jumped out at me was the sample interview questions
Yeah,
that RoleCatcher provided.
Yeah.
They give a glimpse into what those hiring managers are really looking for.
exactly. It's like having a cheat sheet for understanding those unspoken expectations.
Yeah.
And speaking of expectations, the core responsibilities outlined for a broadcasting program director are surprisingly extensive.
Yeah, it's definitely more than just picking what shows air and when.
Yeah.
They're analyzing viewer demographics, crunching rating numbers,
Yeah.
keeping a pulse on market trends, all to reel in those viewers.
Yeah.
Imagine the pressure.
And here's where it gets really interesting. The use of data analytics and AI
Okay.
is really transforming this role.
Wow.
Imagine trying to predict what millions of people want to watch based on
Right.
age, location,
Right.
viewing habits.
Yeah.
That's where these tools come in.
So it's not just gut feeling anymore.
Right.
It's data-driven decision-making.
It's all data.
Do you have any examples of how that's actually playing out in the industry?
Absolutely. Think about how streaming services recommend shows based on your watch history.
Right.
Those algorithms are now being used by traditional broadcasters
Okay.
to fine-tune programming schedules,
Wow.
even influencing the development of new shows
Okay.
that are more likely to resonate with specific demographics.
That's wild.
Yeah.
It's like those algorithms are becoming tastemakers in their own right.
Yeah.
But even with all that data,
Yeah.
there's still a human element to it, right?
Absolutely.
Okay.
These resources emphasize that a program director is also a master negotiator.
Oh, okay.
They're working with programming departments, juggling advertising revenue, and even securing broadcast rights
Right.
for those must-have shows.
Okay, so I'm picturing someone who's got spreadsheets in one hand, a phone glued to their ear, and probably hasn't slept in about a week.
You're not far off.
Right.
It's a fast-paced, high-stakes environment.
Yeah.
And as you might imagine, getting your foot in the door requires more than just a love for television.
So let's talk career path.
Okay.
What does RoleCatcher say about climbing that broadcasting ladder?
Well, they emphasize that it's a climb, not a sprint,
Okay.
starting with entry-level positions like broadcasting assistant or production assistant.
Right.
It's crucial for gaining that hands-on experience.
It's interesting how important that paying your dues phase seems to be,
Yeah.
even in today's job market.
Right.
Is it really about learning the ropes, or is there something more to it?
Well, it's about building a foundation of practical knowledge.
Okay.
Imagine starting as a program director without ever having seen a live broadcast.
Right.
Or understanding the production process firsthand.
Right.
That's where those entry-level roles come in.
It's like any craft, really. You wouldn't expect to be a master chef without spending time in the kitchen.
Right.
You need to understand how all the parts fit together
Exactly.
before you can lead the show, right?
Precisely. And as you move from those early roles
Yeah.
to positions like program coordinator,
Mm-hmm.
the focus shifts to leadership
Okay.
and strategic decision-making.
Okay.
You're not just executing tasks anymore.
Right.
You're managing budgets,
Right.
analyzing data, and shaping program schedules.
So the higher you climb, the more you need that blend of creative vision and business savvy.
Yes.
It's not enough to just have great ideas.
Right.
You have to know how to execute them
Yeah.
within the realities of the broadcasting world.
Exactly. And let's not forget the ever-evolving media landscape.
Right.
With the rise of streaming services,
Yeah.
the way people consume content is changing rapidly.
Okay, so you're telling me that even once you reach that director level, the learning curve doesn't stop.
Absolutely not. Adaptability is key.
Wow.
Think about how shows are now being created specifically for streaming platforms with different formats,
Right.
lengths, and release schedules.
Wow.
A program director needs to be ahead of those trends,
Right.
constantly analyzing
Mm-hmm.
and adapting to the changing landscape.
That sounds like it takes a certain personality type, someone who thrives on challenge, who's not afraid to take risks and experiment.
Absolutely, and that's something that shines through in RoleCatcher's advice for job seekers. They dedicate a whole section to standing out in a sea of applications,
Right.
especially with those automated systems that scan resumes for keywords.
You're talking about those applicant tracking systems, right?
Exactly.
The ones that can make or break your chances
Yeah.
before a human even sees your resume?
100%.
Yeah.
They emphasize tailoring your CV
Okay.
to match the specific language used in the job description.
It's like you need to speak their language, even if it feels a little robotic at times.
That's where those AI-powered tailoring tools come in handy.
Right.
It's about understanding
Yeah.
how to present your skills and experience in a way that resonates with both algorithms and humans.
So you need to be a master storyteller even before you get the job. That's a whole other skill set.
And it highlights the importance of understanding how your skills and experience translate
Right.
into the specific requirements of the role.
Right. But even the most impressive resume can only take you so far.
You're going to say networking, aren't you?
Well, it always comes back to who you know.
It's not just about who you know,
Okay.
but how effectively you connect
Okay.
and
Right.
build relationships within the industry.
Hmm.
RoleCatcher highlights the importance of attending industry events,
Right.
joining organizations like the National Association of Broadcasters,
Mm-hmm.
and utilizing platforms like LinkedIn.
So it's about building your network before you need it,
Exactly.
showing up,
Yes.
engaging in conversations, demonstrating your passion. That goes a long way in a field as collaborative as broadcasting.
Precisely. It's about showcasing your authentic self, building trust,
Right.
and letting people know you're serious about a career in this field.
Right. It's not about landing any job, is it?
You're right. It's about finding the right fit.
Right.
The company culture that aligns with your values,
Mm-hmm.
the role that allows you to truly thrive.
Okay, so let's unpack that a bit.
Okay.
They actually break down the day-to-day realities of each stage, from those early roles all the way up to director.
They even highlight the often overlooked aspects of the job,
Oh, really? Like what?
like understanding broadcast regulations and ethical considerations.
Now, that's something you don't always think about when
Yeah.
you're picturing a career in entertainment.
Right.
It's not all glitz and glamour, is it?
Yeah.
There's a real responsibility that comes with shaping what people watch.
Precisely. And that's something we can delve into a bit further.
Okay.
The decisions a broadcasting program director makes can have a significant impact,
Yeah.
not just on a company's bottom line,
Right.
but on society as a whole.
It's like we've uncovered this hidden layer of the job. You know, it's one thing to analyze demographics and crunch numbers,
Right.
but the decisions a broadcasting program director makes
Yeah,
actually influence what we watch
they do.
and ultimately how we see the world.
Exactly. Think about the power they hold,
Right.
the shows they greenlight,
Yeah.
the scheduling choices they make,
Yeah.
even the way news is presented.
Right.
It all shapes public perception and influences cultural conversations.
It's a lot of responsibility,
It is.
especially in today's fragmented media landscape.
Yeah.
You've got different demographics, different viewpoints, and the potential to reach millions of people.
And that's where those soft skills we talked about earlier
Right.
become so crucial.
Yeah.
You know, it's not enough to be a data whiz or a master negotiator.
Right.
A program director needs to be an effective communicator,
Yeah.
able to bridge those divides
Right.
and ensure their team reflects the diversity of the audience they're serving.
It makes you realize how important diversity behind the scenes really is.
Yeah.
You can't have a single perspective dictating what everyone else sees.
Precisely. RoleCatcher actually dedicates a significant portion of their resources
Okay.
to the importance of building inclusive and equitable workplaces
Right.
within the broadcasting industry.
It makes sense if you want to connect with a diverse audience. You need a diversity of voices and experiences
do.
contributing to the creative process, right?
Absolutely. And that starts at the top.
Right.
A program director who champions diversity and inclusion
Yeah.
isn't just doing the right thing.
Right.
They're setting the tone for the entire organization.
It's about creating a culture
Yes.
where everyone feels valued,
Yes.
respected, and empowered to share their unique perspectives.
Yes. And that's got to be good for creativity, too.
That's what I was thinking.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that ties into another important aspect highlighted in these resources,
Okay.
the ability to nurture talent.
Oh, okay.
A great program director
Yeah.
doesn't just manage a team.
Right.
They inspire them.
Right.
They mentor them.
Yeah.
They create an environment where creativity can flourish.
It's like they're conducting an orchestra, bringing together all these different instruments, different voices to create something harmonious and engaging.
And that requires a deep understanding of people,
Yeah.
not just data points.
Right.
It's about recognizing potential, nurturing creativity, and building a team
Yeah.
that feels both challenged and supported.
I imagine that's where those mentorship opportunities become invaluable.
They are.
Having someone who's been there, done that to guide you through the challenges
Right.
and celebrate the wins that can make all the difference.
Absolutely. And that's something RoleCatcher stresses as well.
Okay.
They have a whole section on finding and cultivating mentorships within the industry,
Right.
which can be incredibly valuable throughout your career.
It's interesting how this conversation keeps circling back to the human element of the job.
Well,
Even with all the technology, all the data,
yeah,
it's still about people.
it is. And that's something aspiring program directors should keep in mind.
Right.
Building those relationships,
Mm-hmm.
nurturing your network,
Right.
seeking out mentors, those are investments.
Yeah.
That will pay dividends throughout your career.
It's about being a part of a community, a collaborative ecosystem,
Yeah,
rather than just chasing a job title.
exactly. And that passion, that
Yeah.
genuine love for the craft of storytelling
Right.
and connecting with audiences,
Yeah.
that shines through
Yeah.
and makes all the difference. But let's be real,
Right.
passion alone won't get you that dream job.
So let's talk about tangible steps.
Okay?
What can someone who's serious about this career path do
Right.
to set themselves apart?
Well, RoleCatcher provides some really practical advice
Okay.
in their resources.
Okay.
They emphasize building a strong portfolio that showcases your skills and experiences.
Even if you're just starting out,
Yeah.
what kind of portfolio are we talking about?
It could be anything from volunteer work at a local station
Okay.
to personal projects that demonstrate your creativity and understanding
Yeah.
of the broadcasting landscape.
Okay.
Think about creating short films,
Right.
podcasts,
Mm-hmm.
even writing sample program proposals.
Right.
Anything that highlights your passion and potential.
So it's about thinking outside the traditional resume
Yeah.
and finding creative ways to showcase your skills and enthusiasm.
Exactly. It's about demonstrating your initiative,
Right.
your willingness to learn,
Right.
and your ability to think like a program director,
Okay.
even before you have the title.
And I'm guessing networking plays a big role here too.
It does.
Those industry events, those online platforms, they're not just for seasoned professionals, are they?
Absolutely not. In fact,
Okay.
RoleCatcher encourages job seekers
Right.
to start building their network early on.
Okay.
Attend those conferences, even if it's just as an observer at first.
Right.
Engage in conversations, ask thoughtful questions, and let people know you're eager to learn and contribute.
It's about making those connections and showing that you're serious about a career in broadcasting,
Yeah.
even if you're still finding your footing.
Precisely. And don't underestimate the power of informational interviews.
Oh, right.
Reaching out to someone in the field you admire,
Right.
asking for a few minutes of their time to learn about their career path,
Right.
and get their insights that can be invaluable.
It's like getting a sneak peek behind the curtain,
It is.
seeing the industry through the eyes of someone who's already navigating it successfully.
And it shows initiative, which is always appreciated.
This is great advice.
Good.
But with all this talk about experience and networking,
Yeah.
it makes me wonder about the educational side of things.
Okay.
Do you need a specific degree to break into this field?
That's a great question.
Yeah?
And it's something RoleCatcher addresses directly in their materials.
Okay.
While a degree in communications,
Right.
media studies,
Yeah.
or journalism can be helpful. It's
Right.
not always a deal breaker.
So experience and a strong portfolio
Sure.
can sometimes outweigh those formal qualifications?
Absolutely. Many successful program directors come from diverse backgrounds
Oh, wow.
with experience in fields like marketing, advertising,
Right.
even theater.
Wow.
It's about transferable skills
Right.
and a deep understanding of how to connect with audiences.
So it sounds like a willingness to learn and adapt is just as important as any degree.
Absolutely. And speaking of learning,
Okay.
RoleCatcher offers a wealth of resources for professional development.
Okay.
Even if you're not actively job hunting at the moment,
Right.
they have online courses,
Mhm.
workshops,
Right.
even industry publications that can help you stay ahead of the curve
Right.
and expand your knowledge base.
It's like they've created a one-stop shop for anyone serious about a career in broadcasting.
They have.
But let's be honest,
Right.
even with the best preparation,
Yeah.
breaking into this industry can be tough.
It can be.
What advice does RoleCatcher offer for those moments
Right.
when you're feeling discouraged or facing rejection?
That's where their emphasis on resilience and self-belief comes in.
Okay.
They highlight the importance of developing a thick skin,
Right.
learning from your mistakes,
Hmm.
and never giving up on your dreams.
Right.
They even have a section on maintaining a positive mindset
Right.
during the job search process,
Right.
which can be incredibly challenging at times.
It's easy to get caught up in those moments of self-doubt,
It is.
especially when you're facing rejection.
Absolutely. But remember, every no is bringing you one step closer to a yes.
That's a good point.
And sometimes those rejections can be valuable learning experiences in disguise.
That's a great point. Maybe that interview didn't go as planned,
Right.
or that application got lost in the shuffle. It doesn't mean it's the end of the road.
Precisely.
Yeah.
It's about using those experiences as fuel
Yeah.
to refine your approach, hone your skills, and come back even stronger.
Right.
And that's where RoleCatcher's resources can be incredibly empowering.
It's like having a coach in your corner guiding you through the ups and downs of the industry
Yeah,
and reminding you that you've got this.
exactly. And speaking of having a secret weapon,
Oh.
there's one more aspect of RoleCatcher's platform
Okay.
that I think is worth highlighting.
Oh, I'm intrigued. What else have they got up their sleeves?
They have this amazing database.
A database.
Yeah.
Like what kind of database are we talking about here?
It's a curated database of employers in the broadcasting industry.
Okay, now that sounds incredibly useful.
Yeah.
Tell me more.
So imagine having access to information
Okay.
on thousands of companies,
Right.
from major networks
Right.
to those niche production houses you probably never even heard of.
Wow.
RoleCatcher has compiled it all in one place.
So instead of just sending your resume out into the void hoping for the best, you can actually target specific companies
Yeah.
that align with your career goals and values.
Exactly. You can research their programming,
Wow.
get a feel for their company culture,
Right.
and even see if they're actively hiring for positions that match your skill set.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
It's like having a roadmap to navigate the industry
Right.
and find those hidden opportunities.
Exactly.
No more endlessly scrolling through job boards, feeling lost in a sea of generic postings.
It's about being strategic and making informed decisions about where you invest your time and energy.
Right, and here's where it gets even better.
Yes.
Remember all that talk about networking?
Right.
I knew you were going to bring that up again.
Of course.
But you're right, it's crucial in this industry.
It is.
What does the database have to do with networking?
Well, RoleCatcher's platform actually allows you to connect with people who work at these companies.
Oh, wow.
You can see their profiles,
Okay.
their career trajectories,
Yeah.
even their areas of expertise.
Wait, so I can see who used to work at my dream company who's currently there?
Yes.
And potentially even reach out to them for advice or an informational interview?
Exactly. It's about leveraging those connections,
Wow.
building relationships, and tapping into the hidden job market.
Right.
You never know what doors might open just by reaching out and expressing your interest.
This is incredible.
Yeah.
RoleCatcher's like that friend who knows everyone in the industry and is always willing to make an introduction.
Right.
That's amazing.
And they don't stop there.
Oh, there's more.
They also have a feature where you can set up job alerts
Okay.
tailored to your specific criteria.
So no more obsessively checking company websites for new postings every day. Sign me up.
Yeah, it's about working smarter, not harder.
Mhm,
All right?
yeah.
You tell the system what you're looking for, and it notifies you as soon as a relevant opportunity becomes available.
This entire deep dive has been eye-opening.
It has.
We've gone from decoding cryptic job descriptions
Right.
to exploring the ethical considerations of programming choices.
Yes.
And now we've uncovered this treasure trove of resources for navigating the job market.
It's been a fascinating conversation.
It has.
And I think it highlights the evolving nature of this dynamic industry.
Right.
The skills required to succeed as a broadcasting program director are constantly changing, but the core values remain the same.
Right.
A passion for storytelling,
Yes.
a deep understanding of audience psychology, and a commitment to creating content that informs,
Right.
entertains, and inspires.
Mm. And with the rise of streaming platforms, globalized audiences, and the ever-increasing demand for high-quality content, this role is more important than ever.
Absolutely.
It's not just about filling airtime.
Right.
It's about shaping the cultural conversation.
It is, and for those who are up for the challenge, the rewards are immense.
Right.
So to everyone listening who feels that spark of ambition,
Yeah.
that desire to make their mark on the world of broadcasting, don't ignore it. Embrace it.
Do your research, hone your skills, build your network, and never stop learning.
Well said.
The future of broadcasting is waiting for fresh voices, innovative ideas, and passionate storytellers like you.
And remember, the journey itself is just as important as the destination.
That is a good point.
Enjoy the process,
Mm.
embrace the challenges, and never be afraid to reach out for guidance and support along the way.
That's all the time we have for today's deep dive, but before we go, we'd love to leave you with something to ponder. As technology continues to revolutionize the way we consume content, what new skills and qualities do you think will be essential for broadcasting program directors in the future?
That's a great question.
Share your thoughts with us on social media using the hashtag the deep dive.
Yes.
We can't wait to hear your perspectives.
Looking forward to it.
Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep diving deep into the topics that fascinate you.